right. Okay, the Great Start Collaborative. We have a presence around Berry County. I'm hoping you've seen us. This is our kind of marketing tool that we use, and I need to tell you, I'm going to talk about this in 5 to 7 minutes in terms of past, present, and future. So the past is the Great Start Collaboratives. During 2005, the Early Childhood Investment Corporation was formed by Jennifer Granholm and friends to be Michigan's leading voice for early childhood programs in the state of Michigan in terms of services, supports, and resources for young children and their family. And when we talk about early childhood, I want you to get a picture in your mind of 0 to 5-year-olds, because we really believe that education starts at 0. It starts at 0. So what we are commissioned to do, in 2009, Berry County was one of the last 7 to get the grant from the Early Childhood Investment Corporation, but at the same time, they were able to say the whole state of Michigan had a Great Start Collaborative in their county. And most of the grants went through the ISDs. They are the fiduciaries, so we are physically at the Berry Intermediate School District, and that is where we are. So if you ever need to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of me there. We are supposed to do something, sounds so simple, but it's very complicated. The grant that we were given, and it's an annual renewal, is that we are to coordinate all people that a child might encounter during the ages of 0 to 5. So when you think of those people, the list of those people in your head, you know, the most kind of obvious ones are pediatricians and preschool teachers and service, providers. The not so obvious ones are the grandparents, the pastors, the courts and law people, and there's many more on both of those lists. The most crucial ones are the parents and the caregivers. So we have to bring all of those people together to a table to talk about early childhood and what we're doing in Berry County. And there are a lot of great things going on within the service agencies and in the schools and everything. But that's what we're supposed to do. Go down. Okay. So now that you know how we got to be and how we began, presently, I need to tell you a couple things that we're doing. Because children from birth to age 3 learn more than any other time in their life. 0 to 3 is when they learn the most. The Collaborative's primary mission is to coordinate community services for early childhood so that the kids can get what they need during those 0 to 3 years, but also those 0 to 5 years. Our vision is a great start to kindergarten for every child in Berry County. It is a county initiative. It's all of Berry County. So we strive to understand those needs at the table when we meet. We meet 5 to 6 times a year, and there are working groups around certain priorities that the Early Childhood Investment Coordination or Early Childhood Investment Council has deemed are important, and we have work groups around that. During the child's development, what we do in our county and in our community matters. From day one, it matters. Actually before day one, but we'll talk about day one. So from day one, what we do as a community for those kids matters. It matters to those kindergarten teachers, most importantly, but it matters beyond that too. The 4 core purposes that help us at the Great Start Collaborative to support our vision are up there. And the people that we talk to a lot are our representatives, Mike Colton, Rick Jones, and Justin Amash. We talk to them about early childhood funding, and we talk to them about why it's important. We want them to know why it's important so that they support it with their votes. We also, a big part of what we do is seek to improve parent leadership in our county. We have professional developments, we have speakers, we have a parent coalition that meets on a monthly basis. Jackie McLean, who's back there in the purple sweater, she leads our parents to be stronger parents, stronger community members, and to be active in our community and why it's important. Okay, this some of you have probably already seen in other presentations I've done, but I'm a real visual person, so I need this, and I use this almost every time I talk. The brain on the left is a scan of good architecture and wiring. The brain on the right does not have good architecture and no hardly wiring at all. These images were scanned at UCLA in a study about children. And the children, in the case on the left, the child had quality health care, child care, and learning experiences. On the right, the child did not. So I picture little kids running around, and I picture these sorts of images in their brain. The red is the activity that's going on, or on the right-hand side, the lack of activity that's going on for brain development. I'm not going to try and pretend to understand the science behind this. I'm going to trust that UCLA knew what they were doing. And I'm not going to tell you anything more other than if the scientists say that 80% of the brain development happens before they're 3 years old, I've got to believe it's a huge source of education that's untapped right now. So we as a community need to start thinking in that direction about those 0 to 5 years and what we can do to support those children. This is our website. There's some links on here. I was going to talk about our CCR. Our CCR is the Child Care Resources Network, which is a link on our landing page. And also on our landing page, there is an application for state-funded preschool and federal-funded preschool. We were lucky enough to get a flyer last Saturday in the reminder. If you all saw this, I'm hoping you all saw this in your reminder. There is free preschool, which is a huge part of education that people mostly think about. So, partnerships are a really hard part. I know one of the ladies spoke earlier about partnerships in Barry County. Partnerships are good in Barry County, but they're hard to maintain sometimes. So if something I said makes sense to you today, and if it resonates with you, I would encourage you to find me or find Jackie at a later date, and please talk to us. You may not figure out where you fit right now in the early childhood arena, but I promise you, you fit somewhere. And we'd like to share that with you, or at least start some conversations. We also have a Facebook page that the parents communicate on, and they use this for their meetings and their activities that they coordinate in the community. And we are spreading the news in different ways. These are some of the visual ways in Barry County that you may have seen us. It's ongoing. The preschool reminder, I wanted to just say that one more time. Please share this in your company newsletters, in your school newsletters. There's free preschool, and the ISD is working vigorously to try and fill those slots that the state had offered to us. Also, at the Community Foundation, we have a preschool scholarship fund that Bonnie just talked about, which I'm just really excited about right now. It is fund number 197, if you'd like to know more about that. There is, yeah, I'm going to get that in there. It is available for you, and there is some documentation in a pamphlet that Bonnie has that will support why that's important. So every year, we talk about our work plan. 2010, we did a strategic plan. We've been working on that. 2013, we're building up for a new 2014 strategic plan and around our work groups. And we are sometimes building that bike as we ride it, just like someone else had said. But our strategic plan guides us and keeps us on track. So if you'd like to get involved, the Parent Coalition, there are publications that we can get to you. I'd love you to tell somebody about early childhood in Barry County, maybe something you've learned today, maybe it's about the brain development, maybe it's about preschool, maybe it's about the scholarship. But continue to ask us questions, and we are here to help inform you.